How's it going, people? Welcome back to Lee's channel and welcome back to another, I don't know what to call it, usually a weekend roundup, but more often than not, it's an Arsenal session to say the least. And I think it's going to be one of those again. Lee, obviously, I've taken another night off away from you. How's it going?
It's cool, man. It's cool. I actually don't mind, bruv. Real talk, I don't mind.
Yeah, how's it going though? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It still cracks me up when you say welcome back to Lee's channel, bruv. That just cracks me up because I know that's your intro on your channel, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I might as well keep the intro, innit? It makes sense.
I'm good,
natural.
man. I'm good. Just watched the cup draws. And it was funny, before the cup draw was done, obviously I'm in Wolverhampton. Father-in-law's a Wolves fan. I said before the draw was done there, I said at some point over these two draws, we're getting Wolves. And obviously, if we get past Southampton or Shrewsbury, then we've got Wolves or Chorley. So, yeah, probably Wolves. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mad one. Stellar fun. Cheers. That's my last bottle as well.
There you go. Nice one, Carl. Lee loves it.
Yeah, come on.
Last bottle and that, come on, and it's still only 8 p.m. on a Monday night. How can it be the last one?
Yeah, do you know what? I went to the shop, innit, to get cigarettes just before I come on here. Bruv, there was no way I was carrying that big crate back. Yeah, I was like, no, I can't do it. And the shop's literally 2-second walk. Yeah, I should have drove. Could have loaded the boot up, but no, it's cool, man. I got rum and coke anyway. We're good. It
is what it is. It is what it is. Let's just kick straight into it. People, hit the like button as you come in. It makes sense. Obviously, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's in the title, I believe. So just click it and you subscribe. You don't even have to leave the video you're currently watching. And like I said, let's get straight into it. But we've got another super chat coming and a few more people, regulars in the building too. I see Josh, Top Boys, Chris. I see a few more. And Football Rugby Podcast has said, I know it's a hard topic, an off topic to discuss. In your opinion, does Claude deserve to be given a chance at AFTV? Let's go Tierney FC. Well, I'll give you the the opinion first. I'm not passing it over.
Look at me how you've just put it that away. Hey, listen, it's not my channel, bruv. Yeah. Don Robbie and Tal, they've built up a mad platform, bruv. And listen, at the end of the day, we wouldn't have our channels if he hadn't set that, or they hadn't set that channel up. So they know YouTube better than both of us combined, bruv. So it's up to them. Claude's my mate. I love him to bits. But it ain't for me to really say.
That pretty much says it all. You're still mates with Claude. I still talk to Claude. And that pretty much says it as it is. I feel like the term that was thrown about, if it was that, then he wouldn't be my mate. And that's pretty much all I have to really say on that. Like you said about AFTV, it's not our channel. It's somebody else's, and
yeah, man.
Who are we to say whether it's right or wrong?
On their channel, bruv. It's there. They got a million plus subs, bruv. If we get that combined between us, we're doing all right.
Yeah, I lie. But big up AFTV and big up Claude. Big up AFTV and big up Claude. And like I said, let's get straight into it anyway. Before we got taken out, hopefully that can answer the question that was posed nice and early in the video, 3 minutes in. Tried to bring a tense one to the table, but we'll keep it moving. And Rob Holding is the news of the daily. Keeping hold of Holding. Like, what do you make of it,
bruv? I'm baffed. Real talk. I'm baffled. He's still got 2.5 years on the contract till 2022, I think, summer 2022.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely bang average this season, apart from the last couple of games. I remember him doing a little dance with Jack Grealish. I don't know what that was all about. Do you remember when he was standing there? Like, I don't know what he was doing, bro. Like, it was like he wanted to dance with him. Like you're dancing, you're asking. Like one of them ones, bro. But I don't know, man. I just look at it and I think, like, we've allowed a centre-back to go out on loan, Saliba, without having a single chance and opportunity in the team. We don't know how good the kid is because we haven't seen him. We've got Pablo Marie that has looked actually really good in the games that he's played this season. But again, we've seen this with other players down the years with Mustafi and players like that. They've looked good at the beginning of their Arsenal career and it's gone south pretty quick. So I'm going to hold judgment on him until I see him for another 10, 15 games more. As for Holding, bruv, like, I'm shocked. Like, out of all the players And this is what's funny with it, because when we went on that mad losing streak and we couldn't win a game for 10 games or whatever it was, yeah, a lot of the narrative within the fan base on social media that I see, not just on Twitter, but on here and on other platforms as well, was we need to get rid of the Wenger players. You know, they have to leave the club. You know, he's inherited Wenger players, he's inherited Emery players, he's got a couple of his own players, etc., etc. It's too much mishmash. It's not his squad. Then all of a sudden we go on a 4-game win streak, and now we're banding around contracts for Wenger players. And it's like, bruv, I said this to Rance earlier, yeah? And he said he had the same opinion about some of the players at United. It lowers the standards of the football club. Rob Holding is not going to get us to a title, mate. Yeah, Rob Holding is an average footballer. Rob Holding for £2.5 million, yeah, cool. Based on price tag, he's not been that bad, has he? You know, but at the same time, why are we giving him a new contract when he's still got 2.5 years left?
Yeah, is it 2.5?
Yeah, I think he's 2022, bruv.
I think it's 2023, bro. I think it's 3 years.
Real quick, but yeah, I just look at it.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 years. You know, I'm pretty sure because I don't. In my keep or sell vid, I done 10 players that were leaving in the next 2 summers because of contracts. I don't believe Holding was one of them, so it would make it 2023.
You're right. I've just made that's even worse.
It is, yeah. That's what I mean. It's even worse.
That's mad. Wow.
It don't make sense.
So he's still got 3.5 years left.
Yeah.
No, he's got 2.5. We're in 2022. So yeah, he has got 2.5 years. I just got the year wrong. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're in 2021. Yeah.
I'm still in 2020, bro.
I don't know what happened to 2020. I don't know what happened to it, but it didn't feel like we had it.
That's mad. That is actually mad. Do you know what? Do you know what's even madder? He's actually been here since July 2016. That's nearly 4.5 years.
4.5, yeah.
So he's already had a second contract then, surely.
Yeah, definitely. Probably about two years ago. Probably.
Yeah, I don't get that, bro. He's got 2.5 years left. I'm sorry, out of all the players in this club that we should be throwing contract renewals at, he ain't one of them. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I've just gone on Transfer Market. They value him current market value at 10.8 mil. Yeah. When I did my video earlier,
yeah,
I said, like, because I've seen a lot of people saying that it's to protect his value. Bro, it doesn't matter whether he's got 1 year or 101 years. This geezer is a 10 to 15 million pound baller. Yeah. Like, I just don't get it. I genuinely do not understand the philosophy.
How old is he now? 28 or something?
He is
27.
25.
What the 25?
Man's got a hard life, bruv. Man's headline's worse than mine.
Yeah, he has one move left in him, and that move 10, 15 mil. You know, it's not going to really get better than that. It's not going to get better than that.
Nah,
I'm going to be honest.
Bro, there's other players at this football club that have got less time on their contract. Lacazette being one of them. Not that I'd give him a renewal, but he's got a year less. We've got Balogun who's going out of contract. You know, an up and coming prospect. I don't get it, mate. I don't. Like, at the end of the day, I want us to move forward as a football club. Rob Holding under Unai Emery, playing on the left side of a free, I thought was all right until he got that big injury. I actually thought he was our best centre-back at that point.
Yeah.
But real talk, if you fast forward to now and sum up his last 2 years, I'd say Mustafi's been better than him. And that ain't even, for me, that's not even close. Mustafi was our best centre-back last season, bruv.
Last season, let me have a think quickly.
David Luiz was calamity. Gave away penalty, red. Yeah. Socrates barely played last season. Yeah. We then had Callum Chambers play all right until he got injured.
Yeah, Chambers had that little period where it looked like he was the best of the bunch, but it wasn't long enough.
Who else we had last season? Luiz, like I said. Who else was there?
Yeah. Last season's been erased out my memory, Lee. I can't remember. I'm trying to think, and now it's making sense. I'm thinking, did we really play Mustafi that much last season? But we must have.
Yeah, it's mad, bruv. Let me see how many games Mustafi played.
I don't know what's going on, but listen, there's better things to keep in this brain than the 2019-2020 Arsenal season, that's for sure. And it's mad to think, but Suleiman is a super chat. He says, big up my 2 fave Arsenal YouTubers. Let's bin Papa, Mustafi, Holding, Chambers, Xhaka, Bellerin. Mustafi's there. Just put him on twice. Why not? Lacazette needs to go. I could that list could go on, Suleiman, and you said.
Well, I've just googled him, yeah, and he played 27 games last season in all competitions.
27.
15 in the league though, but there was another 12 in other comps. He played 7 in Europa League.
Luis was the most consistent in terms of playing. It's just that he was the worst in terms of red cards and penalties. So
it's mad, bruv. Like I'm baffled, bruv. Real talk, I'm baffled. The direction this club is going in is worrying. You know, I've seen today, like I'm sure we'll probably talk about it later down the road about Eddie and Nketiah potentially staying. Runnison a signing that they panic brought. And they basically admitted in his press conference it was a panic buy, you know, and he could be going out on loan. Well, we've got rid of Matt Macy, who's been replaced by this guy, who actually officially replaced the best goalkeeper that's at Villa. Yeah, just to, here you go. We'll just get anyone in to shut the fans up. Let's just go and get Runnison, you know, and you know they basically admit it's a shambles, bruv. Yeah, the way we move in transfer windows and the way we move with contract renewals. Letting players run their contract down. This Balogun situation, and I know I'm going slightly off topic, but this Balogun situation has only come about because the club have allowed him to get into a position where he holds the cards. And the reason he's done that is because he sees Saka do it. Apparently, Saka's got the same agent. Yeah, Saka has done it because he see Aubameyang do it. Aubameyang's done it because he see Mesut Ozil do it, and Sanchez and Ramsey. You know, and they've seen other players along the years do it as well. You know. It's a madness, bruv. I'm actually baffled.
Now you're mentioning other transfers and business. If we look back to post Wenger, how many things are pros and how many things are cons in terms of transfer ins and in terms of contract negotiation? Let's just say the first summer. The first summer was Torreira, Guendouzi, Socrates, Leno.
Yeah.
Them four.
Lichtsteiner, but he's obviously gone.
Yeah, loan backup. It's hard to. Well, all right. If we say that summer, even if I say Guendouzi is actually a pretty good buy in the long term, I think he can do something for us. He's currently on loan and he might be sold. Essentially, all five. Well, aside from Leno, who has done well and he is our starter at the moment, 4 out of the 5 are cons at the moment.
Yep.
Then you move on to last summer, Pepe. Saliba, Tierney, Louis. Yep. 4. Again, I'd say 1, Tierney, is the only one that comes out of that with credit and as a pro.
And Martinelli as well.
Martinelli, 2 out of the 5 then last summer. Then we move on to this summer. It was Partey, Gabriel, Willian, and that's obviously 2 pros, 1 con. Then we go to giving Luis a year extension, con. Giving Saka a new contract, pro. Allowing Balogun into his last 6 months. You know, we could go on, and the majority is gonna be in.
Yeah. But well, Aubameyang right now is not looking like a plus on the renewal.
No, it's not looking like a plus.
It is a plus, but
I would say, for us to actually go
Cedric and Marie as well. We forgot them too.
I'd say Marie pro, Cedric fucking con.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't dislike Cedric. I actually think he's a right player, but at the same time, it's like I see a table that came out. Somebody tweeted it. I don't know. I think it was pretty spot on. It said he's on 75 grand a week, and Marie's on 82 grand a week, bruv. Yeah. What was his name? Runnison on 40 grand a week, and I'm thinking, boy, is this real? Yeah. But it looked official. It looked like it was a genuine thing. And you're right. If you add up all the players that we've signed in the last 3 summer windows and then do they're good, they're bad, bruv, it's more bad than good. You know, Martinelli's brilliant, bruv, yeah? You know, take the contract renewals out the equation for right now, but the actual signings, bruv, it's a shambles. Absolute shambles.
Even those.
You know, 2 of our best signings in terms of coming in are Martinelli, who's a kid, right? Yeah. And Guendouzi, even though Guendouzi's not here, he's still got a big market value compared to what we paid for him.
Yeah, he's a kid as well.
Yeah.
They're both kids.
And that's mad.
Partey and Tierney are the ones that we look at and say, okay, they're the ones that...
And Gabriel's been good.
Yeah, and Gabriel. I think Gabriel's in between in terms of we knew that Tierney's going to definitely be a success, whereas with Gabriel, I think he was pretty much hoping he'd be. But he's worked out. But I think you're right. In terms of when you look at the value, Martinelli, Guendouzi, Well, not Guendouzi right now, because if he's available in the summer, he's not going to go for his true value, because it even seems like, well, I don't even think we asked for him back, but it seems like he would have shunned it anyway.
Yeah, we forgot Saliba as well.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
That's
£27 million mistake, bruv. Yeah, because that's looking like bad business. Do you know what the madness for me is, right? Is the fact that he's trying to get rid of the Emery players before the Wenger players.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of what's happened. So yeah. So who's left from Emery that's actually in the squad apart from Tierney?
Pepe, Leno.
Oh, yeah, Pepe. Well, Leno. Yeah, I think. Well, yeah,
Leno's been I'm not his biggest fan, bruv. That double save he made against Andy Carroll was unbelievable, bruv.
Yeah,
that kept us in the FA Cup. Yeah, and we got to say thanks to you, bruv. For that second one where he swiped it. Yeah, bro, man could have took his head clean off. That could have been rolling down the Holloway Road, bro.
Like, and then he went for the third as well, where like the guy nearly nipped it when he had to jump on the ball. So,
but yeah, we've got Leno, we've got Pepe, we've got Tierney. Danny Ceballos is alone. Do we really count him? Well, I suppose we should count him because they call. Well, actually, no, we shouldn't count him because he asked him back. Yeah, so that's now his signing because he wanted him back. David Luiz, I ain't counting either because he was out of contract and he wanted to keep him. So it's free. And Saliba ain't here. Yeah, free. Martinelli. He signed Martinelli as well, didn't he?
Suleiman saying here, Lamptey, Gabriel, Vestergaard, Tierney. How would that look as a four? To be honest, I'm looking at more than Vestergaard. Obviously, Vestergaard is a better option than some of the defenders we got right now. But if in an ideal world, I'm looking at more than Vestergaard. And you know what? That brings me to the next. It's not even the next question or the next topic. It's still holding. And one way I look at it, Lee, because I try and make sense of things. I know it's hard to make sense of a lot of Arsenal fucking stuff, I try and make sense of things. And I look at the holding one, and before red kick come in, I always said Marie, Saliba, and Gabriel. They're the defenders I want moving into the 22-23 season. Them 3 and 2 more.
Yeah, go and buy the other 2 more, yeah.
Yeah, I thought to myself, one of them 2 needs to be an experienced, like, bad boy, like just someone who can come in, ruffle a few feathers, teach a few people, motivate a few, change the character and mentality. And then 1 I'll take as a, 5th choice, backup, maybe young, maybe mid-20s. Now, we bought Rekic in, another young centre-back. So we've got 2 19-year-old centre-backs on the books for next year. We've got Gabriel, and then we've got Marie. That's 4. Now, have we made Rob Holding the experienced centre-back by giving him this contract? Is he the one that's meant to essentially lead the other 4 with him? Or is Mari that experience? I'm not sure. And if he was a 5th choice to me, Lee, I'd be all right with that if he was 5th choice. But that is disregarding Rekic coming in, because Rekic can't come in and be first team centre-back next season straight away. No. So it's going to be Holding and Gabriel starting next season.
And the thing is, if that Rekic does go into the first team squad next season, that's a damning indictment on Saliba.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. Yeah. Is it the end of that situation?
Mate, if I'm Saliba, I'm saying see you later in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling my agent, I want out. Yeah, the way we've handled that's a shambles, mate. And, maybe it's another Raul Sanelli little backhander job. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, from what I've seen of the 45 minutes he played against MK Dons, I think he's all right. No, it's definitely better than some of the crap we've got. But I agree with your 3, yeah? Gabriel, Marie, and Saliba, they're the 3. Yeah, and I wouldn't be too disappointed seeing them 3 next season. I'd actually be kind of excited with that 3 because Marie's look cool as you like, apart from giving the penalty away against Chelsea. Yeah, but I can put that down to maybe tiredness. He haven't played in a long time, etc., etc. Yeah, just a lapse of concentration. Gabriel's looked pretty damn decent, apart from the last couple of games before he got COVID.
Yeah,
and again, maybe that's down to tiredness and the fact that he has to keep covering Rob Holding. Or David Luiz, whoever's next to him, or Bellerin, or whoever, Tierney, because Tierney weren't great in them games either, to be fair. But yeah, I want to see 2 more. I think Like, there's decent centre backs in this league, bruv, and like constantly going for these centre backs from abroad and that. Yeah, like there is some good centre backs out there, but at the same time, I think like just shop in your own league. They don't need to get up to speed with the pace of the game and stuff like that. You know, Man United, when they were dominating, used to go and buy the best player from the league that they ain't got. You know, so why can't we go and buy the best player that we ain't got?
We can't get that right. You know what happens when we shop in the league?
Yeah, we're going to get Chelsea rejects, bruv.
or United rejects.
Or United rejects.
One or the other. Or we buy the Southampton one. You know, at a time when Liverpool are buying up Southampton players, United bought one, we bought one, and it turns out that, you know, the Liverpool ones have eventually, well, not many of them, but worked out better than the ones we have. Look at Chambers at the moment. Chambers is a defender I forget to mention. His contract is coming to an end 2022, so he's got a year left in the summer. So that's another one. We have to let go of. Do you think we're going to let go of him, or?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, but this is the thing. Like, Rob Holding was linked to a move to Newcastle on loan. 4 months later, we're giving him a new deal when he's got 2.5 years left. That makes no sense. Callum Chambers will probably sit and run his contract down, bruv, and go back to Southampton.
You don't know what to expect from this club.
And this is the thing, like the Premier League centre-backs that I'd be interested in. Vestergaard's one of them. I think he's good, but I agree. I think we could do a little bit better than that. For me personally, I think Lewis Dunk's decent. Yeah. But again, he wouldn't be first choice. He would be the 4th choice. Yeah. So you get your pairing. Then you've got, I'd go Saliba or Marie with Gabriel. And then he's in the next backup section, the Europa League, the Cups. If there's an injury to one of them, then he goes in. And then I'd go with, I don't know. Like there's a few. Connor Cody's decent. Yeah. Somebody said it in the chat. Connor Cody is a decent player, bruv. And again, would he come to Arsenal? Probably. We're bigger than Wolves, with all due respect. I better say that quietly, being in Wolves with a Wolves fan. But yeah, Dunk's decent. Vestergaard's decent. Cody's decent.
But the thing is, it looks like we've got our 5. That's the thing.
It looks like it. Chambers, Holding, Marie, Gabriel,
and
Saliba when he comes back.
Yeah, and Orekic.
Yeah.
So essentially 5-6 if we don't sort out Chambers this summer.
Mavropanos is coming back as well. Don't forget him, bruv.
Yeah, well, with him, I actually think the argument that we gave him a new contract to hold the value, that one with him makes sense because we gave him the contract and gave him back on loan. So that seems like he agreed with us that, listen, let me back on loan, keep the contract, and then, you know, next summer. And that makes sense. You know, Mavropanos, he hasn't ruined himself at Arsenal. I'm not saying Holding's ruined himself, but he hasn't exactly, you know, painted himself in glory, to say the least. So I feel like it's different circumstances. You can't use the same. And Just Click says, how we bring players in when players see Saliba's situation. Who risks coming in? Look at Saliba, man of the match in the second game. Guy never got a chance, 25 mil. I've heard he was man of the match in the second game. I haven't seen much of him.
He played all right in the first. I know they lost, but he actually played all right in the first. By all the I didn't watch it, but from all the reports that are out there, and you have to take them with a pinch of salt with Arsenal fans. You know what I mean?
And in that league as well, because after what happened with Pepe, I don't want to... I really don't want to expect anything from it. I don't... You know what? It's hard to expect anymore with this club, you know. For once, you know what it is, Lee, yeah? When we signed Ozil, I was gassed. When we signed Pepe, I was gassed. Both times I've been let down. You know, and Sancho...
I've not tapped out on Pepe yet. I've not tapped out on him yet. I just think he needs a run of games, bruv. Yeah, and like how Willian has had that run that he's had, that should have been Pepe, bruv. Let's see what you can do. And if you can't do it, then call bin.
That's what's funny, because Arteta was saying today about, Pepe he wants to make Pepe work. And he said that he needs games and consistency. And that's the one thing he hasn't been given. So if he needs that, because that's something I've said he needs. If he needs that, then how can we judge him if even the manager is saying you can't judge him?
Bro, the manager also said in his press conference he ain't got a Twitter account, so I tagged him in that quote.
Yeah. I see he said that. He got a bit rattled when the Ozil question came, but I like how he ended it though.
I know. To be fair, yeah, it was funny, bruv. It was good. Like,
I think that's one thing me, you, and Arteta can agree on the way his approach to. And what do you think? Obviously, last week I said that Arteta. I believe Arteta is the one that made the decision. Do you think any different? Do you think it's still?
I'm still. No, I'm not convinced, bruv. Like, I know the whole China thing happened before Arteta came.
Yeah.
And he did play him for like 12 games or 11 games, something like that. But then I think going into a new season, that might have come back to bite the club on the backside financially. Plus the fact that we've had to take this loan out. Plus the fact that we've lost 200 million off of our value as a football club in the last 12 months. You know, I think the club have just gone, boy, get rid. And if that is the case, then listen, I stand with Ozil on that, bruv. Yeah, because he's standing up for something. Yeah, and you listen, we're all human beings, mate. Yeah, you don't want to hear that kind of shit going on in 2021 or 2020 or whatever. Yeah. So if he has come out and he said that, and obviously he said and he was standing up for that, fair play to the lad. If he's been ditched by this football club into not getting in a squad because of that, yeah, then that's a disgrace. If it is for footballing reasons, which listen, the manager said it is, but this manager also said he didn't have a Twitter account, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't believe anything he says, mate. He's a compulsive liar. So I don't know, but yeah, if it is to do with money, then that's a disgrace.
Yeah. If it is to do with the China comments, disgrace. If it is to do with the pay cut, even then, I'd say I wouldn't say disgrace, but I'd say like shame on Arsenal. But if it's to do with the Twitter comments, if it is Arteta, if it is the whole tit for tat game that Ozil started playing with the club and the club started playing back, then I have no remorse on either. Either the club for the pressure and damage is caused the name of Arsenal, because Ozil's a big name. And
he's got more followers than Arsenal. I'm mortified he never read my question out, bruv, on Ask Mesut. I said, are you taking all your fangirls with you to Fenerbahce? He never read it, bruv.
It's going to tarnish, all of them fans that follow footballers, it's going to tarnish, it's tarnished the name of Arsenal in terms of the way
we lose a lot of followers that day. Yeah, when he left Madrid and when Ronaldo left Madrid, their followers plummeted. Yeah, we're going to lose a lot, but do you know what? I'm so glad it's coming to an end, bruv. It's been tiring, man. I can't lie. Like every press conference, I do a press conference reaction, bruv. Every single one they ask him about Ozil. It's boring, man. Yeah, like it's done. He's been rubbish for years. Because
even last year, before the summer, I was like, if you can't get rid of Ozil, if he digs his heels and wants to stay, then don't pick him in the squad. So then the questions can stop. And the questions didn't stop.
No. But that's the thing. That just goes to show, right? These journalists that go in there, they know what they're doing, bro, because they know that if they ask a question about Ozil, that's their headline.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the size of his following, whether you like him or hate him. If I don't particularly like him, I'm going to click on that and say something. Yeah. People that love him are going to click on that and say something the opposite way. It's just mad traction. They know what they're doing. No, I can't wait for the circus to end, bruv. Yeah, and then after that, it's Bellerin and Xhaka and Mustafi and Louise. They've got to go, bruv. Yeah, Kolasinac's half gone.
And them ones have a different battle. Them ones, they don't have the, I don't know what to call it with Ozil, but Ozil has. Something like that.
I'll say it, bruv. Don't worry. The cult,
some sort of superhero fan base. That's how I see it, Ozil, because they come to his defense every single time. Even what we just did there in terms of looking at the reasons behind it, we can say if it's because of this, he's right. If it's because of this, he's right. But if it's because of this, he's wrong.
Yeah. If it is to do with the China thing, that's an absolute shambles from our football club, the classy football club. Yeah. Thank you. Look at wifey with the table service, bruv. Look at that. Big up wifey.
Come on, enjoy that. Yeah, that old chestnut with Arsenal anyway. And before we move on, because we haven't even talked about the football yet, Eddie Nketiah.
Oh, bruv, he angers me, and I don't dislike him. Yeah, he's done nothing for me to get on his case apart from not good enough for the club. Yeah, I don't see him out partying. I don't see him in the papers for the wrong reasons. He's just a 6-yard tapping merchant that can't hold the ball up. Yeah, he's an instinctive fox in the box. He's got nothing outside of a 6-yard box, bruv. He's too small to be a main striker. And apparently he's on 40 grand a week. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, well done to his agent. Yeah, because he's had an absolute result, bruv. He ain't good enough for Arsenal. He weren't good enough for Leeds in a title push in the Championship. So why is he good enough for us? And then our manager sitting there in the press conference saying he's staying this month, which basically ends Balogun. He's gone. He's going to go, bruv. And for me, like people were going mad. That clip that we put, I clipped the footage last week of us talking about Balogun. Yeah, bruv.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
That's everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bruv, people are quote tweeting at Lee Gunner said he'd give Balogun 100 grand a week. Other people are quote tweeting it. Bruv, that went mad. Yeah. How are you giving this guy 100 grand a week? Blah, 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 blah. Well, let me tell you something, yeah? Hector Bellerin's on 116 grand a week. I'd be more excited paying that kid 100 grand a week than watching that twat at right back every week on 116. Next year, he'll be on 118 because that's how his contract works. It goes up 2 grand a week every year. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so frustrating, Lee, man. Because you know when like you hear West Ham are in need of a striker, they're interested in Eddie. They've spent recklessly in the past.
Yeah.
You can see a 20 million deal there. You know, you can just see it waiting to happen. But
that 20 million pays for Balogun for 5 years.
And if not Balogun, if Balogun
his value,
and if he has actually made his decision, Lee, yeah, and said, you know what, like it's too late, then they should still do it just to show that it wasn't all on this decision from Balogun. We know Eddie's not good enough because Eddie's not good enough, regardless if Balogun says I want to stay or not. Yeah. So I think if West Ham want you, 20 mil, make it happen.
Bruv. Especially in this current climate with us losing money, every football club losing money.
Yeah.
20 million pounds for a guy that I see somebody tag me the other day saying, yeah, but he's England under 21's all-time top scorer. I said, there's a reason he ain't in the England first team, bruv. Saka is, and he's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Yeah, he ain't good enough, which is why he ain't been promoted to first team. And the thing is, people can bang on about the strikers in front of him. Well, look at the wingers in front of Saka. Yeah, Jack Grealish plays the same position, bruv. Basically a left forward. You know? So, yeah, I just look at it and I think like, you know, what's his name? Ryan Brewster. He went for 23 million quid, having never kicked a ball, bruv.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, yeah?
Yeah.
Although he's proud to wear his Champions League medal. I can't lie. I'd do the same. I'd milk it, bruv.
Yeah, why not, mate? Trust me, why not?
I'd milk it. Yeah, I'd milk it.
He ain't going to get as good as that again for him, that's for sure.
But no, 20 million pound upwards, bruv. Even 15 million pound. And this is what winds me up with it, right? Somebody put a comment in when I was live with Rants earlier saying, Joe Willock, Eddie Nketiah, and Reece Nelson, you could potentially, between them three, get around 50 to 60 million quid.
Yeah.
That's 3/4 of the way to Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're buying a baller.
Yeah, with the contracts coming to an end too, I think, you know, that's a lot of money saved.
Yeah. 50, I think it's 50 million pound a year.
But there's a lot of things that, you know, we realistically should do, because I'm going to go back to defenders again and what my imagination came out with. And I always thought that, all right, if Rekic has come in now, another 19-year-old, then in the summer, it's a long shot, but go all out for Ramos. Go and try and give him 300k for a couple of years. See if he's enticed by London. See if we can just, you know, drag him in for a bit and just have his attitude, character around, you know, winning mentality.
Yeah,
exactly. And then it would have made a bit more sense. But we don't do the things that make sense, like the Eddie deal. I think we could have sold Eddie to Sheffield United in the summer, but we probably said, nah, you might as well move on to someone else, and they went for Brewster. Same with West Ham now. We can sell him right now. Literally, we could wake up in the morning to news that 20 mil.
And we'll be sitting there going, well done, Arsenal. 20 million pound for a lad that weren't good enough. Yeah, in this current market and climate, except we'll be sitting there applauding the club. Instead, we've got our manager sitting in a press conference saying, no, he ain't going nowhere, bruv. And it's like, ain't going nowhere. 20 million pound. Yeah, do you know what's mad? Is the Balogun one. Sheffield United wanted Balogun as well, didn't they? Yeah, they wanted to pay, I think, 12 million quid. I think Brentford, I think it was Brentford before in the summer, wanted to, or was it the January? No, it was the summer. Brentford offered 15 million for Balogun, and we said no. Man's about to walk out for nothing, bruv.
Again.
And Fabrizio was tweeting out the other day saying he's got 15 clubs chasing him. Liverpool and Borussia Dortmund are two of them.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's got two of the biggest clubs in Europe that have got a track record of progression. Kind of speak. I've had two Stellas, bruv, and I'm tipsy. Do you know what I mean? Progressing on with youngsters and making youngsters better. Yeah, and we're sitting here going, yeah, I don't know if we should pay you, mate. Like, come on, man. Seriously, it's embarrassing, bruv.
Exactly. Like, when I look at the last few years and I look at Xhaka and Mustafi, and yeah, on one hand, you can say we got bumped for them. You know, we got done. You know, 35 million. But in the market, in the bigger picture, 35 million is not really a lot. And a lot of other clubs have spent 35 million and more on players that have flopped more often. So I think when you look at the risks we've taken, we don't take risks. Pepe was a big risk. But aside from Pepe, I don't think we've taken a risk as close to that before or in the last few years. Tierney, good price, makes sense. Partey, minimum release, makes sense. Gabriel, good price, shrewd signing.
Even Aubameyang was a decent price at 60 mil.
Yeah, at what
he was the top banger, bro.
Definitely. At that stage, you know, there was an argument to say he was worth a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
you know, that was value for money. And then you got the top goal scorer or thereabouts for the next 2.5 years. I think that's good business. So I think that the risks, we don't take the risks, and things like this is not even a risk that I believe is one we need to discuss. It should be done to be able to take the risk, like you said, spend the 20 mil somewhere else.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? You go and get 20 million for Eddie, and Balogun reportedly wants 100 grand a week. Yeah, that pays for him for 5 years, bro. 4 years. Sorry, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, right? That's not a risk. Because guess what? You've now tied him down to a 4-year deal. If he flops in the next 6 months, you bin him in the summer and get 20 million back. Yeah. And now you've cancelled his contract. So you've only spent out, what, 2.5 million quid on wages. You've actually made 17 million pounds on what his contract would have been. It's a no-brainer, you know? And I don't know how people ain't seeing that, bruv. Yeah. Then you've got Rob Holding, who's already on a contract for 2.5 years. Apparently he's only on about 20 grand a week. If that's true, his agent needs to sack him when you've got a man like Eddie on 40, bro. Yeah, like, come on. Who is your agent? Maybe that's why they're doing it, because, you know, we're the Arsenal family and we like to have a nice socialist wage structure at Arsenal.
That's the, you know what? If you see our wage bill, some of you, mate, and put it next to Liverpool's. You've done it before. I've done it before, and you can see the big problem at the club right now in terms of
how is Tierney on less money than Pablo Mari? Like, that makes no sense.
That is
like, how have you given that money to Pablo Mari based on the league he's come from?
You know what it is, but well done, because that's exactly what the club need to start getting right. Because Tierney's going to deserve a new contract in the next year or 18 months, and because you pay him a bit less, you can give him that bit more, and then a bit more. If you start them off at a high wage, it's a bigger risk. But at the same time, this summer with 600+ K coming off the wage bill, I expect us to take a few risks this summer. I don't want us to play it safe with everyone.
But I think that's the problem, though, Turkish, is because we've took this loan out for 120 million quid, which is due back in May. Yeah. Right. And I did a stream on this, and I'm kind of sitting on the fence with it. I actually think it's good news that we've took this loan. I know a lot of people are going mad about, oh, we're on the dole and all that crap, yeah. Right. But at the same time, I think that because the tax year ends in April, maybe we've got that money sat in cash reserves and we don't want to offer the tax returns yet. So then when that kicks in, we can use that money to go and pay that debt off, plus the 50-odd million coming off the wage bill for that summer onwards. We're now back in a good financial state. I don't know. One thing I will say is if we get to that summer and we pay that loan back in full, which we're going to, and then we don't go and make a move after taking 50 mil off the wage bill, I'm going to go fucking mad. Yeah. But I'm going to have to bite my tongue until the summer and see what we do at the end of the transfer window. But I think a lot of people are pinning their hopes on that summer transfer window because of the wages coming off. A lot of people are going to be let down, bruv. I already know we ain't going out there and doing big money in the summer.
Well, you know what I think about our transfer windows anyway. So it's time everyone else gets used to it, because, well, I guess everyone is used to it, because all of a sudden now we make we have a party because of, and not because of partey, but we have a party because of people like Willian and people like Gabriel, when in reality, we don't know how that risk is going to turn out. Like you even said with Marie, it's been a year, and a year is a good time, but you want to see a bit more just to safely say we've got a good defender on our hands.
Yeah,
because
he's looked all right, but he's been here a year. Let that sink in, bruv.
Yeah, I think 18 months is when you can start saying, especially 18 months of consistent football is when you can start saying, all right, we've either got a player on our hands or that one. Look at West Ham, Haller. How did they manage to get rid of him for 25 million when he has been so shit in this league, and they managed to get 25 mil for him?
Bruv, they got fleeced for 40 and still managed to pull 25 back. Yeah,
and I don't even think it reaches 40, Lee. I think it was rising to 40, but because they got
with add-ons. Yeah. It was probably less.
Soon, it probably 30 mil or 35 they spent and recruit.
The same with Souček. They bought him for pretty cheap. That guy's worth double or treble what they paid for him. Yeah. And they know that. They know Declan Rice is a massive asset to them. I don't think he's worth anywhere near 80 million quid, bruv.
Nah.
But they know that Chelsea are sticking 80 million pounds on him in the summer, bruv. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're cool with that. So they can maybe take a little hit there because they already know. They might have already promised Declan Rice, yo, give us one more season and you can go. Maybe they've told Chelsea, yo, you ain't having him now. Have him next season. And when I look at Chelsea, they've got, what's his name? Bakayoko. Bruv, they signed him from Monaco for 40 million. He's been on loan 3 times. And I think he's on loan at AC Milan. And they've got an option to buy him for 35 million. How the fuck have you done that when he's down to the last 2 years of his contract?
Imagine.
And 5 million more and he's been shit.
Can you imagine? So something like, and people say, oh, we can't do this and we can't do that. I understand our players are shit. I've been banging on about it for longer than anyone else. But we can get something for them. We just have to go out there and do it and have people in charge that is not Edu or is not people that haven't got the experience to get it done. The thing with Raul, he had the experience. That's why with him, there was a bit of something you could lean back on and say, well, he's been around very good sides and very good structures and teams. There's something there. But with him going, there's nothing, literally, there's no experience there where we can say they've done this there and it worked. That goes for Arteta, Edu, Vinay as well. Nothing.
Bro, Vinay signed up a car dealership that was a fake company, bruv. Like that sums up his credentials at Arsenal Football Club. And this is our top boy. Yeah, then we've got Edu, who's flipping burgers and smoking cigars, and everyone's tweeting out Don Edu because he activated a clause that we could have activated, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a madness, bruv. You did the whole roundabout one on AFTV. I remember. It's just a roundabout, Robbie. Yeah, you're right, bruv. Like, we go through a losing streak. It's the players. It's the owner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We go through a winning streak. I'll give him a new contract. Oh, he's brilliant. Oh, Xhaka, boom. Yeah, that's 3 players. Holding, Xhaka and Bellerin. That's 3 players signed by Arsene Wenger that should not be at this football club. The same 3 players that had played shit in that losing streak or that non-winning streak, that everyone was cussing off. They have 1 good game or 2 good games, and all of a sudden, sign them up. Bellerin as captain all day long. Yeah, Xhaka, boom.
That one was
never ending.
You know when you think things can't get worse, and they just do. And that moment I started reading like Bellerin should be captain. I remember early on, I replied to a few tweets, and I was honestly asking, like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? I was honestly just curious about, is everything okay over there? And then I'd get abuse back. And I'd think, shit, it is worse. It is worse than I thought it was, because not only is the club fucked, but the fan base is fucked too.
Yeah. Do you know what though, right? Like, Twitter don't represent the fan base. We've said this before, bruv. You did a protest on a kit launch, bruv. If you had gone by Twitter, you would have had 1,000 people there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't represent Wenger marches and stuff like that. I was at a couple of them. Yeah, it don't represent the fan base. Twitter's very small, bruv. But the people that are on Twitter, it consumes their whole life. They think it's some massive platform. Bruv, this platform we are sat on is 10 times bigger than that platform. And Facebook is bigger than this platform. Yeah. That platform's tiny, bruv, but it's the most vocal and mouthy. Don't represent shit.
The loudest.
Yeah, it is the loudest. But you know what? It's the easiest to use, really. Yeah, and it's the one that you can hide behind a profile picture of a footballer, bruv. So, you know, on here, I'm putting my face out. You're putting your face out. Facebook, yeah, we put our faces out. You know, Twitch, okay, slightly different. But if I'm streaming games, or even now I'm streaming on Twitch, my face and your face are on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, that platform, that's tiny. That's irrelevant, bruv. That's a tiny little dot. Yeah, which is why I don't particularly listen to it. Yeah, like I just trigger people on it for fun, bruv. Like it's just like what you get so caught in your feelings. But if it's a mad one, right? Because
even down to that interview, remember that interview in the summer where the guy, when I was talking about Bellerin and the guy interrupted me.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, are you okay? To that guy, I was like,
perfect, Robbie, perfect.
It was literally perfect because you know the delusion was summed up in one nice sphere. And at the time, everyone was on my case thinking, are you mad? Didn't you see the performance? We won the Community Shield. And then slowly but surely, like everyone realized and looked back, and people are looking for that guy now to ask him, is he all right? I was asking him, is he all right on that night?
Same with Arteta, bruv. I didn't want Arteta 3 weeks before he got the job. I got cussed, bruv. I ain't bowed down to peer pressure even after a cup win, bruv, or a Shield win, yeah? And then everyone's now caught up and gone, oh, actually, yeah, I think he is a bit out of his depth. Yeah, but you take the heat. Yeah, you have to be able to accept it. Yeah, because you know what? At some point, everyone's going to catch up and know that we're right. Yeah, and that's not
time is the only thing that can
say, bro, at this football club. We're spot on with everything we say.
Time is the only thing that can tell, and that's why I'm fed up of arguing with people. I just I say what I say, and then I watch it pan out. And the day it doesn't pan out is the day I'm going to be happy, because it's.
Do you know what the best example is, right? It's nothing to do with Arsenal. Yeah. We beat Wolves 2-0 at the back end of last season. I did a fan cam with Robbie, right? And we were talking about Saint Maximin. And I called, what's his name? Adama Traore. They juiced up a Wobie. That was in the title of the video, yeah? Bro, go and look at the comments on that fan cam. Oh, you don't know what you talk about. You're deluded. He's brilliant. He's worth 60 mil. He's this, he's that. Bruv, man scored his first goal in a year the other day.
Yeah.
First goal in a year, but because he scored a couple of goals against Man City that particular season or the season before, yeah, and because he had a couple of assists and stuff like that, and because he's a big lad and he can run fast, it's the cool thing to do to go, oh, Adama's going to be sick. Oh yeah, let's have it. But then when somebody comes with realism and says, bruv, man's got no technical ability whatsoever. He can't. All he is just a kick and run merchant. Yeah. Or to be fair, his goal was sick the other day against Palace. Yeah,
he's got such
first goal in a year.
Yeah, he's got something about him, but it's nothing to write home about. And I know what you mean.
80 million, bro. Put it that way.
80 million what? 80 fucking million what? When you when you look at the reactionary, it's to say the least with football fans in general now. Arsenal, Man United in particular, Tottenham in particular, Chelsea as well. You know, I just don't really see it much from City or Liverpool. But I guess I don't know. I'm not around them as much, but. The reactionary stuff has really, has become a problem for me, Lee. I can't lie. I used to judge players of 38 games, and that's a season.
Yeah.
Not of 10 games, not of 5 goals in 4 games, not of 3 months, not of anything less than 38 games minimum. And now it's mad.
Bruv, man are out here moving like they know this guy we're linked to from Shakhtar today, bruv. Yeah? It's like you don't watch that league, bruv. You are not watching Ukrainian league football. How do you even know who this guy is? You pretending you know who he is. What's his name? Mana Solomon, I think his name is. I don't know who he is.
I don't know who we're linked to, Lee. I stay away from it. I don't know.
We're linked to Buendia. Not good enough. 1 goal in 36 games last season in the Premier League for Norwich. Yeah? He plays as a right winger.
I'll take Buendia.
Boy, no, bro. Man's a right winger. I think everyone thinks he's a CAM. He's a right winger.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because I've watched Buendia, yeah, and he starts on the right, but he floats in the middle a lot. So I don't think he's a right winger. He has played the majority, but he's more like a number 10 than anything, attacking mid.
Yeah, but this is my and like you might agree with this. I don't know. Yeah, and this is where we get on, bro, because we don't always agree. Right?
Yeah.
But we're linked with Buendia. We're linked with this Mana Solomon guy. We're linked with who was the other guy? There was someone else we were linked. I can't remember who it is. Yeah. Me personally, go and sell a couple of these crap players, bruv, and go for the best of the best. Jackie Grealish, bruv. Yeah, because that is the best. People sat there and said to me the other day, "Oh, that's unrealistic." Bro, he plays for Aston fucking Villa. Yeah. I know he's a Villa fan.
The thing about Jack, I think he wouldn't leave in January. That's the problem with Jack. I don't think he'd leave in January.
There's 80 million. Now what? Yeah, you want 80 million, Villa, yeah? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Try them, stick it on them, bro. And this is how big clubs move. This is how Chelsea move, bro. Yeah, this is how Barca and Madrid and PSG, albeit I don't think PSG are a big club, but if they want you, they're busting that money out their wallet, bro, and they're paying 200 million in one.
So what? It was Lee that got cut. Imagine I thought it was me that got cut and I left the studio. Was it me or Lee? Can you not hear me? Am I here? Let me know in the comments, people, what's going on. Because I don't even know if I'm live right now. I am here, yeah?
I don't know what happened, bro.
What's going on in the middle there, bro?
There's two of me. It'll go in a minute. I've done it the other day. Oh, this is a fucking joke. What's going on, man? I don't get it.
The thing is, yeah, do you know what happened? Yeah, as soon as I plugged in my charger for my Mac, you froze. So I thought to myself, I know you're frozen, but I feel like I'm frozen. So I logged off of the video and then I came back on and everyone's saying Lee's frozen. And I was like, so it wasn't me. Literally the same time.
Off and I turned it back on. I came out and I came back in again. I don't know what happened.
Imagine.
As I was saying, bruv, yeah, go for the best of the best. Whether Jack Grealish would leave in January or not, it's irrelevant. Yeah, go and stick 80 million pounds on the table to Aston Villa. Yeah, and let's have it right. Aston Villa have been fantastic since they've come in the Premier League, yeah? They have got a load of players in their team that walk into ours. Their right back's better than our right back. Yeah, their whole midfield's better than our midfield other than Partey. Yeah, their striker's better than everyone other than Aubameyang. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah. Their goalkeeper's better than Leno. You know, people that get gassed and go, "Oh, Leno made a good save." Yeah, Leno did make some good saves the other day. I'd rather Martinez in goal. You know, it's personal preference. Go and stick 80 million pounds on the table for Jack Grealish instead of pouncing around with a geezer in the Championship that scored 1 goal last season and got 7 assists.
Even when I see people talking about that, though, people are saying like, and regardless of this, we disagree on it, but people are saying he's not worth 40. We should offer 30. I think that's fair. But that's exactly what you're talking about. On one hand, you have fair, and on the other hand, you have the football market. And the football market is not fair more often than not. And if you want to be up there with the big boys, go over and look at the big boys and tell me, has all of their business been fair? In reality, Liverpool, potentially. Yeah. But aside from them, Bayern Munich is a different entity. Everyone else has needed to replace
that big money,
yeah, exactly. So until we do that, bro,
man in the chat called Rinat, said 80 million for him. What are you smoking, bro? Harry Maguire cost the same money. Harry Maguire cost the same money. What, you're telling me you wouldn't take Jack Grealish for 80 million? Bro, I'd take him for 180 million right now because he's everything we need. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Somebody's gonna clip that. Watch, I get a clip, bro. That'll be the next one that circulates around. Oh, Lee Gunnarsson would pay 180 million for Grealish. Like my opinion really matters. Like,
I think to be honest, I think like you said, if Maguire goes for 80, other clubs see that. Obviously, COVID has impacted the market, but I think within the next 12 to 18 months, the market will balance itself out and be back to normal again. Maybe not back to normal where 100 and 200 mil was being exchanged every season, but
yeah,
I think big transfer fees will be back. No doubt.
100%, bro. Football isn't there just yet. Yeah, like I remember seeing people say that football will eat itself and transfers are out of control and it's going to end up fucked. Nobody could have predicted what's happened with COVID and stuff like that, right? And you know, football clubs, I think now, being in this for nearly a year now, I think they're going to have to refinance their clubs, restructure their clubs and stuff like that. And I think going forward, they're going to be a little bit more cautious about the massive money moves. But at the same time, there's still going to be stupid money. We were being told all summer, it's not Football Manager, we ain't going to spend loads of money. Yeah? We done 45 million quid on Thomas Partey, bruv.
We hear that every summer, mate.
55 members of staff.
Kroenke's got a legion of fans that will tell us that, you know, we're not going to do this and we're not going to do that, or we are going to do this, and and literally we argue amongst ourselves when in reality every summer, you know, we're let down, to say the least.
But the problem, you just to cut your sorry, mate. Just to come back to what you said earlier about us as a fan base, that ties in perfectly, because if you see the way that Facebook, Insta, YouTube, and Twitter was going on when we signed Thomas Partey on deadline day, don't get it twisted. I was gassed, or just before. I think, was it deadline day or just before? Either way. I was gassed. Don't get it twisted. I thought Thomas Partey was exactly what we needed. I still think he is, and I think he's going to be superb. Top class baller. Well done to Arsenal for signing him. But if you see the way everyone was going on, it was like, I'm sitting there going, but we still need a while, bruv. We still need somebody in midfield. We ain't getting top 4 even with a while, because we need somebody to replace Bellerin. We potentially needed somebody else in midfield. We potentially needed another striker, you know. And people were sitting there going, you chat shit, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, we're now 11th. Come on, we're now 11th.
In a rich vein of form as well. We're 11th in a good run of form.
After 3 wins.
So
have you seen our fixture list after these next couple of games?
I don't look past the next couple of games.
You're the wise one. Bro, we got Man United on the 30th of this month. After that, it's a madness, bro. We're just drawn Southampton or Shrewsbury in the 4th round.
Southampton away,
if we get past them, we got Chorley or Wolves. Well, that'll be Wolves, right. So our fans are now saying it's rigged. 3 Premier League teams in a row. What, don't you trust Pandemic Pep anymore? Then trust the process and all that. Right?
The one thing about the FA Cup is I don't know what the hell's going to happen. That's
it's our cup. Let's not even joke.
That's the good thing about it. So,
bro, it's even sponsored by our sponsor.
Emirates. That's why I've learned with FA Cup not to, you know, predict too much, because, you know, we've pulled the cat out of the bag a few times over the last 5 to 6 years. What's it been? 3 in the last 6 years, or 3 in the last 6?
What, 2014? So by this summer it'll be 4 in 7 years.
City got Cheltenham. I was vexed. Cheltenham are excited.
Chelsea have had a touch as well, bro. They got Luton Town. They're so lucky, man. But you know what?
As well.
But you know what? It don't even matter, bruv, because I don't care who we get. We've beaten City and Chelsea twice in the last 2 cup finals and semis. I don't care, bruv. It's our cup. I don't even care, bruv. And this is where you see when people sit there and go, you two are negative, it's our fucking cup.
It is our
cup. And fucking circulate that round, motherfuckers.
It's our cup. But if you ask me, does it change anything? Hell no, it doesn't change anything. It's our cup. That's all I know. Brandon said, trust me, guys, we ain't buying anyone. Loan FC.
Big up my boy, Brandon. Brandon, I am going to get you on this week at some point, man. I need to write my schedule down, because otherwise it just goes in here and out here when I'm talking to myself in my little pea brain. So I need to write it down, but I will get you on this week, bruv. 100%, man.
Come on, G. We're nearly touching an hour as well, so get your final thoughts in, people.
Come on, smash the likes up. There's nearly 1,300 watching as well. So smash the likes through the roof. Subscribe to Turkish's channel, link in the title. And what's your schedule, bruv? What are you doing next? Are you on tonight? You off tonight?
I'm on tonight. Big 6, 10 p.m. But that's about it, you know, until the next set of games, which is Thursday. I'll be quiet tomorrow, then back on Wednesday. So tonight, Big 6 in an hour's time, people. Make sure you tune into that on my channel. And then Have
you set that up?
Pardon?
Have you already set the stream up?
I just need to send it out to the rest of them and get them going.
One sec. Let me get the link, bruv.
Stick
the link in the chat.
Oh get the link in the chat, hit the like button, all of that, people. Get the video out there. But it's definitely up. I even just checked it just now, just to see what's going on. But people, love for tuning in, love for the support as usual. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Like Lee said, subscribe to my channel. Lee's gonna put the link for the next Big 6. It's got Jose and Solskjaer on the front. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Yeah, we've got a
Oh,
few
sorry,
people
I
in there
froze
waiting
again, bruv. I
already.
don't know what's going on here, bruv.
Have you froze again? I can hear you. I can hear you. But
I'm back, hopefully.
oh, you are
Bruv,
back.
this
You
is
are
mad.
back.
I don't know what's...
And he's gone again, people. He's gone again. So it's a takeover once more. Let's see what this super chat is saying. Big up, lads. Palace score. Chris, the Palace score. Emil starts, Saka starts. Bellerin starts against Zaha. It's all mad. Let me say 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. That's what I'm going with. Ask me again the day before. Would rather move on the underperforming dinosaurs than getting the likes. I don't know what you just said there, my guy.
I have no idea what's happening here, bruv. This is...
Lee's losing it. I've infected the channel with a virus. I'm taking over, man. The Turkish army's come in now. Look, you've gone again. You've gone again. I might have to wrap this show up, people, because I don't know what's going on here. But I've never, done the outro on my own before on this channel. But we might just have to get it going because I don't know what's going on. I'm used to seeing Tapas Pulis though. I see Tierney FC. I didn't even notice that till just now. Imagine I've been talking to him for an hour and I didn't even notice what name he had there. I think McDonald's Wi-Fi is a bit better than this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I see the kids playing on the iPads bare in some McDonald's. Their Wi-Fi must be sweet. He's out. Game over. Say no more, people. Say no more. Let me remove him. He's out of here. Let's call it a night. Hit the like button. Go over to my channel. Subscribe. He's back. We're going to give it one more go.
Wimpy Wi-Fi. I'll take her out. League up the fucking stream out. Wi-Fi out. Everyone out. Big up Turkish. Love you, bruv. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to Turkish. In fact, before we go very quickly, let me get your link and I'll stick it in the chat, bruv, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me get your link for your channel.
Just to let you know, if you freeze again, I'm doing the outro and we'll call it a night.
Yeah, just kill it, bruv, if it freezes again, bruv.
Man said wimpy
Wi-Fi. I'll get your channel link instead. Fuck that. I can't see the stream that you've set up. So
minor, man, you put it in the title anyway. These lot should know. Hit the link in the title. That's it.
Yeah, come on. It's in the chat. It's in the title. Go and subscribe to Turkish. Back again in 45 minutes. So big up to you, Turkish. Always appreciate it, man. And
no worries,
yeah, man. I'll be back with a press conference reaction at some point tomorrow. And we'll talk about this fraudulent manager shit that he was chatting today. And yeah, I'll tell you.
I need to watch the full one from today, so I'm gonna catch up with that tomorrow as well. I'll tune into your video as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but lovely. Same time next week. People, hit the like button. Take care.